Okay, so let's just talk about where I left off last weekend. You're seeing my love notes in the background. I'm like, are they reading them? Okay, I'll just show you. It's so cute. I wrote this note to Carlos that says, will you marry me? Love, Jody. And he wrote, yes. We are, I'm blushing. We've been together 4 years, so we're in our hearts, we're already married. But okay, moving on. This video, we're talking about food, not food combining. We are talking up, but if you want that as a video, I can make that as the next video. You would think I have had coffee and I need to blend my smoothie. I don't have any fruit in my smoothie. Okay, maybe I should go. I'm all over the place. Okay. Smoothie, I'll do on another video. I'm full of tons of ideas this morning. So back in the day, I read this in a book back when I was sick and I was trying to find like healthier ways of being, right? And I was learning about the immune system and triggering the immune system and keeping the immune system healthy. And what I found out was back in the day, back in the olden times, they did not eat the same protein source meal after meal after meal. So like they didn't have chicken day after day after day after day. They always would switch a different protein source each day, because if you constantly are having the same protein source again and again and again, it can impact your immune system and cause an immune response, an inflammatory response. And the book didn't say it, but our immune system has a memory. So what they would do is they would cook a meal at night. Like let's say Monday night they had chicken, and then they would have that leftover chicken on Monday for breakfast or lunch. So within 24 hours, that chicken would be consumed. So you had 24 hours to consume that protein source. And then that evening they would switch to beef, and then they would cook the beef, and within 24 hours, that beef is consumed. So the beef could be used for breakfast, lunch, and the dinner the night before. So two things that I can see right away, having been trained in Ayurveda, like one is like, you're not constantly assaulting your immune system with the same protein day after day after day after day. Two, I am sure the science is probably there, although I haven't looked it up. Editing Jody here. So I briefly looked it up after I made the video during the editing process, and I'm going to drop in what I found right after this. That it would actually help your microbiome, your gut flora, because you're getting a variety of food, which is really important, plus nutrients and variety of food, but I don't know how much that really applies in terms of meat. And then also, the other thing is, in Ayurveda, it is not recommended to eat food that is over 24 hours old. So if you've cooked it, you want to use it within 24 hours. And this is why I'm not a big proponent of meal boxes that the food is already cooked and you just like warm it up and eat it. But like I say, everything is always about choices. So if your choice is going to McDonald's or eating a pre-cooked meal, then you have to weigh the benefits. You know, you have to weigh the pros and cons of that choice. So it's all about choices. There's no right or wrong. There's no 100% you got to do it this way. Like, just make the best choice for you that you can in the situation and time that you're in. So maybe that's a Kind bar instead of a Snickers bar, or, you know, like that. So anyhow, so they would rotate their protein sources. I hope I still have this book. If I do, it's definitely in storage, but they would rotate their protein sources, every 24 hours. So you're not getting food that's cooked for more than 24 hours. You're not getting the same protein source to, I'll say, wear down your immune system. And you're getting variety in your diet. So where was I going with that? Oh, cook once, eat twice. So cook once the night before, and you can have some for dinner, and then you can have some for lunch the next day. Even if you made hamburger and like separated some of it out and made something like this, and then you had the other half and you made something completely different with it, like cook once, eat twice. It saves time. That's it. That's all. Cook once, eat twice. Here's how you make, oh no, I told that on the last video. And do that because it's more than just easy. It's more than just having it an easy time hack. It's also good for your immune system to not be eating the same meat over and over again. So cook once, eat twice, and rotate your protein sources out each day. Oh, here's the thing I would add to that. So when it comes to the protein sources, they have food families. So beef is, there's certain, I wish I had this book in front of me. There's certain like animal families, right? And like poultry would be chicken, turkey, blah, blah, blah. There's other ones, but I don't remember what they are. I'm not even sure if turkey falls in the family with the poultry, but I think so. But anyway, and then there's, I don't know what it's called, but there's, we'll just say Land Rovers. I don't know. I'm making something up because I don't have the names for it because I didn't intend to talk about this, but now we're here, I'm talking about it. Then there would be like Land Rovers, which would be like beef, bison, beef, beef, veal. They're actually both cows. They fall in the same family. So you wouldn't want to have, so my point of telling you this is that you wouldn't want to have beef on Monday and then veal on Tuesday because they're both within that same protein family. You see what I'm saying? It's not, it's like animal family. It's not protein family, but when you get to fish, this is the magic. When you get to fish, fish has so many families. So they were saying, as a rule of thumb, don't repeat your families within that 24-hour period. And I wish I could even remember the name of this book. I don't remember. But as a rule of thumb, and then when you come to fish, like there's so many different families. There's so many different families. Like you could have fish every night, and you would not cross the same. There's so many fish families. You could have fish for probably 2 weeks to a month. I'm guessing, and still not cross the family barrier because there's just so many families of fish. So back then at that point it was like, okay, so I'm gonna be pescatarian or I need to get more fish in my diet. I think at the time is what I said. Like, I got to get more fish in my diet because that's just an easy low-hanging fruit that I'm gonna grab. And then as I started to eat fish, I was like, wow, it really sits well with my body. My body digests it easier. It's a protein source that works well with my body. And I will say that, like, even growing up, I never was like, I never loved beef. I remember my dad making like chili mac or we called it goulash. And I would just pick all the hamburger out. And I remember him being like, do you want, like, that's, I mean, times were tough back then. And here's this protein source that I'm not eating, and I'm picking it. Like, I had a whole pile of beef on the side of my plate, and he was like, don't waste that. Like, are you gonna eat? I'm just like, I don't want it. I don't like it. Like, I've never been a big beef eating person. I would usually pick it out, and then I would stick with like macaroni, but I was never like I can't say I was exposed to a ton of fish growing up. Some fish I was definitely exposed to, but like, we didn't cook fish at home. Like, we didn't have fish fillets at home. We did have like salmon patties and tuna noodle casserole. But where was I going with that? I got to get my protein shake made, and I got to get up out of this house. I got to eat my breakfast, get my protein shake made, and get up out of here. But my point is, rotate your protein sources, number one. It's good for immune system. And no. And whatever else I said in this video. I'm not even gonna try to remember it. I gotta get going. My brain is like pulling me over here. I'm like, you gotta go, you gotta go, you got things to do, and this has been 10 minutes, so that's good. I will see you next time, and until then, I'm sending you